Hello guys, hello. Hmm. This computer thing, guys. Sure, it's not easy. I'm telling you, it's not easy. Oh, I'm still learning how to use it a lot. Guys, you're welcome. You're welcome. Maybe we just give it a little bit time, okay, so that we can see, okay, people if people are coming in. Okay, guys. Hello, guys. You're welcome. I'm sorry, guys. I'm telling you this computer of a thing. How is you? I'm still learning. Uh-huh. People are not coming, eh? We're not. We're not going anywhere. Anyway, those who are here, thank you so much for joining me. I can see Webster. Hi, Munyarazi. My friend Macy, how are you? Ah, I can see people are joining in, but they're joining in slowly. Today we are discussing inquiry and results, guys. Let's just maybe, I don't know. We had reached 11 back then. I think people have given up already. Mm. I don't know if people are coming in, guys. I don't know if I should go ahead. Now that because we had to change to the laptop, it's like on the phone we failed to completely do something on the phone. Today we are discussing. Hi, Fabi. How are you? You're welcome. You're welcome to the live. We are talking about inquiry on results. It's commonly known as EOR. Okay, commonly known as EOR, inquiry on results. That's IELTS. That's IELTS on IELTS, inquiry on results. Okay, I know that IELTS is really a hectic thing. I mean, English language uh, competence or whatever it is, it's something that is very difficult. And actually, it's one of the things that leads to a lot of people failing to continue with their process in this thing called relocation process, okay? Either to the UK, US, or wherever you're going. Okay, so it's taking a lot from people, it's taking a lot of money as well. And yeah, it's really not easy. IELTS or whatever, whether EOT or whatever we're using. Okay, so today we are discussing about inquiry on results. This is for people who've written the IELTS before and maybe their results came out and they did not get the required score. So I'm going to talk about when, why, how, and the chances. Okay, when should you apply for an inquiry on result? How? What's the procedure? Okay, and what are the chances? The cost? What is involved? Okay, so I can see there are 8 people here. We're not going back to 11. Thank you, Katula. Thank you so much. Thank you, people. Keep sharing. Let's have at least. Okay, we are going there. We are reaching 11. Let's get there. We start. so that people others don't miss out. Inquire on results. It's a very great topic because I've seen people have said, I've written this IELTS for 5 times already or 6 times already, and nothing is happening. It's not going anywhere. And I've been getting this score. And then I wonder, why have you been getting this score? And why have you been just writing over and over again instead of applying for an inquiry on result? Because at least it's a great chance. Okay. Okay, it's like we're not going anywhere, so we'll start. So an inquiry on result is thank you so much, Mwewa. Thank you. I see you. Yeah, so when you have written your IELTS and your score comes out, for example, for nurses, your recommended score is 777 and then 6.5 in writing. Okay? So we know that writing mainly it's not the same as listening and reading where answers are straightforward as they are. Either it's A or it's not A. If it's not A, then it's not correct. But writing, at least, which word can I use? It's based on the marker or the one who is marking you to decide which exact mark to give you. Okay, how much are they going to give you? Are they going to give you band six? According to what this person has written, should I give them band six? Should I give them band 6.5? Should I after they followed those four criteria that they follow? I'm sure all of you people are doing IELTS in here, and you know that we follow those four criteria: the coherent and cohesion, the what else? I've forgotten. It's been long since I did IELTS. Yeah, so all those things. So it's up to the assessor, the one who is marking you, to know which band score to give you exactly. So as such, it's something that you can apply for a remark. Okay? For a remark, you can simply reapply or you apply to them to say, please, can you look into my results into my paper again? I might be able to increase my score from the score that it was to at least a what, a score higher from what you got when you applied for it. So that's why it's important. But when can you do this inquiry on results? Because it's not every time when you can do it and you expect that the results will go up. For example, let's say you got a 5, a band 5, okay, and what they want is a band 6.5. Chances really of you going up your score with with a 1.5 band, it's not, they are not there. Chances are really low. Okay, so if you failed with just, for example, a band 1 point something, then the best thing is to just do what, the best thing is just to rewrite. But if you have failed with, maybe you've just missed with a point 0.5, a lot of us, especially a lot of us, we fail with a point 0.5. I did my IELTS. I'm an example of a testimony of inquiry on results. I think one time when I spoke about it on Facebook, people thought I what I meant is that I went to write the exam just to write one paper that I failed. No, they don't allow you to just go and write one that you failed. You have to write the entire thing again. But an inquiry on results, you can choose to just apply for one section. If it's writing, you just apply for writing. If it's reading, you just apply for reading. You can apply for any section, or you can apply for all of them to be looked into. Okay, if you have not done well in any of them, you can apply so that they listen. If it's an audio and speaking, they do an audio so that they listen to that audio again and then decide whether to increase the score or it remains the same. So what are the advantages? I don't know if I'll call them advantages or disadvantages, because the thing is that your score can never go down, but the only thing is that your score can either increase or remain the same. Your score will never go down when you apply for an inquiry on results. No, it will never go down. But the only thing is that it will either come back, sorry, it will either come back the way it was, or it will go up. Okay, so I applied for IELTS writing inquiry on results because I got a 6 in writing. Okay, and then I wanted a 6.5. UK wants a 6.5. So what did I have to do? I had to apply again so that I can have them look into my paper. So how do you apply? I go back to the issue of how do I apply? I did everything online. I never went to British Council to apply for that. So when you receive your results on your portal, online, on your portal, when you scroll down there, you're going to find where it's written EOR. Do you want to apply for an EOR? Sometimes it might not appear. Like I've got a friend who applied also. It did not show. But if it shows, you can just press on that EOR, then it tells you what you need to do and everything you need to do, okay? To follow that. Which section exactly do you want to apply for a remark? Do you want to apply on all of them or you want to apply just on one? You choose which one you want to them to look into, okay? So once you've applied, you pay. The cost is 2,000 kwacha in Zambia at that time. I don't think the price has reduced because a friend of mine just did some few days ago, a few months ago. Also, it's still 2,000 kwacha. So when you pay that 2,000 kwacha, how long does it take for the results to come back? So they say the results can come back between 2 days to 28 days, 21 days. But honestly, they take longer than that. I had to actually keep on following it up at the British Council after 21 days because they'll tell you after 21 days, you can follow them to go and see if your results are out or how far the process is going. So when I went there, then they told me, oh, I don't know how we misplaced this and what. They they had to follow it up again. Then that's how it was done. And my score moved from 6 to 7. That was in writing. My score moved from 6 to 7. I've got a friend also whose score has moved. The she's my friend of mine, the friend of mine has also passed. It has moved as well. But there is a but. If it's on writing, you've got a higher chance of your score increasing. If it's on writing, you've got a greater chance of your score increasing, especially if you know you finished your task two, and especially if you know you wrote your task one, at least you wrote, you know yourself when you are writing, you know that, okay, here I've written. I think even if I got this 6, a 0.5 can come my way. Okay, I can get a 0.5. If that's the case, then you can go ahead and do it and apply. I would encourage you guys to apply for a remark if it's on writing and speaking, because these things, like I said, they are based on the assessor or the examiner, whoever will mark your paper, to make a decision on what to give you following the guidelines. But the reading and listening, guys, I have got 2 friends who applied for the reading remark. It never came back, it never increased, it can never increase. You Anyway, let me not say it can never increase, but what I'm saying is that chances of your remark, your reading or listening score to go up are very low, for the fact that the answers are already defined the way they are. It's not examiner, like, which word am I even using? Sometimes I forget. I have dementia. Yeah, I forget sometimes. I forget easily what I'm supposed to say, words to use. Like I said, English came with the plane all the way to Zambia. Otherwise, we had no English. We had our own tribes. So yeah. So now this is what I'm saying. So if you know, guys, I don't know if you are listening, you're hearing. I cannot see any comment. If you're hearing anything, if you've got any question, you are free to ask. Okay. If you are hearing anything or you have got any question, please, you are free to ask me, so that I know if what I'm saying you are hearing it, okay, so that I shouldn't just continue speaking on my own. So chances are high for your score to go up in writing and speaking. Chances are quite low for your score to go up in reading and listening. Again, if you're applying for 2 things at the same time, your chances are very low. I repeat, if you're applying for them to go into your exam, like to look at your paper in things, in 2 sections, trust me, your chances are very minimal. So if you are just applying for writing, for example, it's just in writing on its own, chances are high. But if you say, okay, I'm applying for writing and reading, already that your chance will reduce. I had a friend who, when I was applying, she also applied. She did well in reading, but I don't know why she decided to apply for both of them, because she says, according to her, she said, the best is, after all, this reading is even if it comes out the way it is, I already passed in it. So she applied for reading, where she got a 7, and she also applied for writing, where she got a 6. The results came back the same. They did not change. Then I also have a friend of mine as well who applied. She got a 5.5 in writing. She wanted it to increase with the 1, because what they want, the NMC is 6.5. So she applied for a remark when it was for 5.5. Trust me, it came back, it never increased. It remained the same. So chances of your score going up, it's best to apply for a remark if you've just missed your score with a 0.5. If you've missed your score with a 0.5, you've got a high chance of getting that 0.5 and meeting the goal that you need. So this is for people who've written so many times. You've written so many times, because that was my second time writing. So when I wrote the first time, I got for 5.5 in writing, and that made me fail. Honestly, that time I didn't prepare myself. I wrote within a short period of time, and I got a 5.5 in writing. So because of that, I had to start afresh all over after a long period of time, actually, because I had given up, then started off. Trust me, I know the feeling that comes with failing, not getting your band score in writing, or in whatever section in IELTS, because IELTS is expensive, especially when you're still back home. It's expensive to get that money to write the exam. It comes out with you have a lot of frustrations. So I actually gave up when I wrote that first time in 2019. I actually gave up, then came back and did it again in 2022. This time around, I it came back and I got a 6, but all the sections I had passed, but I got a 6. That's how I applied for an inquiry on results, and it went to 7. So that was really good. That was good news. At least I felt good, honestly. I won't lie. I felt good because the money that was involved. And then 2000 kwacha, I mentioned this 2000 kwacha, but if you apply for this, the inquiry on results, your score comes out, it's okay. Guess what? They refund you your money. But if your score comes back, it has not changed. They don't refund you your money. The money goes. So that's why it's a gamble. That's why the best is you apply for it if it's at least you've missed with a 0.5 and it's in writing or speaking, not in any other any other. Are we understanding? Are we clear? Any questions? I don't know if I've answered the question I said I would address in this one. You apply online. So if you are unable to do it online, you can call the British Council in your area. Okay, call the British Council in your area. They will be able to assist you, either calling them or going direct. Trust me, I know the British Council in my country, in Lusaka. It is hell to get hold of them on phone and for them to be able to help you. So the best is go direct. If you've got someone who is in Lusaka, let that person who is in Lusaka assist you to go to them and help you out. Otherwise, calling them on phone, they'll tell you we'll do this and they'll never do it. You keep on waiting, you keep on calling over and over again. They will not do it. So the best is go in person. Okay? Go in person. Honestly, I went in person and it worked. A friend of mine also went in person and it worked. So yeah, you can do it online on your whatever. What do they call it? That portal. Is it your portal or your student portal, whatever? It is where they'll send the results. You can apply there on EOR. It's even written apply for EOR. That's the one I did. I followed that step by step, step by step, step by step until the end. And that's it. The time I had to go to them directly was when the results were not coming out, even after 21 days. So if you have any questions on inquiry on results on IELTS, please ask me. You're welcome, Nyaraz. I'm glad, Nipson. That's it. It was a short topic, but I think I go round and round and round in my explanation. I don't know if people are understanding what I'm explaining. And the fact that this YouTube of a thing, I mean, oh, okay. People, have we shared this live? Have we liked? Thanks, Katula. I'm glad for the feedback. Are we sharing? Did we share? Let's share for others to hear also. Because I had a friend, I had not a friend, but she contacted me. She wrote, guys, wrote for how many days? How many times? 4 times. And then when I asked her to say, okay, these 4 times, how have you been getting the results? She tells me I got a 6 point. I got a 6 in writing. But why didn't you just apply for a remark? I didn't know about it. Is to apply for a remark, guys. At least have a chance. It's 2,000 kwacha. It's a lot of money. But if the score goes high, it saves you from spending another 5,300. At least if you know what you've written, honestly. And what I heard is that when you're applying for an inquiry on results, your paper would not be marked in your country. Instead, your paper will be taken to the UK, will come here to the UK, and it will be marked here in the UK. Okay? So that also, to me, according to my experience, that also on its own is an advantage. Because bantu bakuno baganza sitiziwa chizungu maona ka baganza sitiziwa so bakaona bamene walemba vanhu vamadongodongo bazaona tu walemba bwina bazaona tu walemba bwina baza kupasa bandiko ikulu ndizo veniganiza chaba honestly because honestly nikamba mchizungu nikamba mchinyanja because sinifuna vanhu venangwani ve honestly I think it's good when it comes here because vantu vakona vaganza sitiziva chizungu chiri vaganza sitiziva olo pang'ono so ikabwera kuno at least bakaonako zamene walemba zamene ija they will be impressed. Yeah, okay, but that's it, guys. So don't keep on writing and writing and writing and writing. I know it's not easy. The money is a lot. It takes up your time and your energy. Look into it. If you have to apply for a remark, better you apply for a remark instead of you keep on writing and writing and writing. But as well, just make sure you prepare yourself adequately. Don't book. I know I've got people who say, me, I can't study if I don't book a date. I cannot study if I don't book a date. So let me book a date in advance. That's when I'll be able to start studying. If you start studying without if you book a date without you reaching an extent where you need to reach, the way time flies, you will realize that your time for an exam comes in and the exam and your preparation have not reached up to the par. You reach an exam, the reading will be terrible. I mean, the reading is always terrible. Reading is terrible. Reading is always terrible, but these other parts, at least you can survive here and there. YouTube is very great. Learn from YouTube. Here you will have free materials on YouTube. Everyone wants to talk about IELTS. Everyone wants to talk about everything. YouTube is a university on its own because it has got all the materials you need. So if you need anything, YouTube. Use it wisely though, because some materials are nonsense. But honestly, go to these people that you already know, that have been in the game for a long time. The Jays, the Chris, those people, they will really help you a lot. The Liz, I think you know them. Yeah. So secret is just study and study and study. Any question? Let me just give you at least few minutes of questions. I've seen you've hate. Honestly, nizizwa wayemuseka pano vaganza sitiza chizungu mwe vantu vantu vaganza kuri okay sitiza chizungu, but I don't think we don't know. The issue is actually just accent, because the way some of them speak here, it's a bit difficult to hear them, especially those from the Scottish people. Yeah, the Scottish people, guys, when they speak. When I just came, I used to run away from phones. When a phone rings, it's a relative calling. I'll say no, 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 first for now, no, I can't, because it was hard to understand when they are speaking. But I know that with continued practice, you get used. Yeah, so we know the same English they know is the same English we know. It's just the accent that is really the difference here. Otherwise, we know. We actually know. You know, especially us Zambians, we were colonized by them. So Zambia is our official language. We speak English and everywhere. But the only thing is that in our practice areas we don't use English. So probably that's when they will come in and say, no, you don't practice in English. Hi, Wesley. You're welcome to the live. Thank you so much for always supporting me. The first one actually just failed because we're trying to do what? We had technical issues. I was using the phone. I think it failed on the phone, so I had to use the laptop. The accent is terrible. The people from Scotland when they speak,